What up, Willie? What up, chat? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. We'll see, Dashy. We'll see. We're very close. It's very possible. Cool, Willie. I don't have any thoughts towards it. Great pickup. Good to see y'all tonight, man. I need to plug a charger in. One sec, guys. Let's see if I could get... Okay, cool. That's a charger, but is it long enough? Might need another cord. Yeah, this one will work. Nice. Will this work? Will this plug in? I'm doing good, Willie. So good to see you, man. Oh, nice. It worked. Okay. You make great content and you go live and you're useful when you go live. You bring value. Do you have any Baccarat Rouge clones? The only clone you need of Baccarat is Club de Nuit Untold. What up, Ed? What up, Porter? What up, Adela? What up, Noah? Good to see y'all. Oh, shoot. Woo, I almost just dropped my whole shelf. That's why I gotta stop putting my phone so close. Day was great. By the way, to the massive influx of people in here, don't try to get 10 seconds of fame because I will give it to you. And I've got AI mods and regular mods in here, so if you want to get famous, we're looking to make you famous tonight. So good to see everybody, though. I think we might hit 3K tonight and do our giveaway this week, which would be awesome because we've got an abundance of fragrances to give out this week if we do. And how's your guys' night going? I want to know how y'all are doing. Okay, let's catch up. Noah, my day is great. I just got Eau de Ombre Leather Tom Ford. Very good fragrance. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Good to see you all. Oh, Victor, I'll make you famous. I already talked about Baccarat. Club de Nuit Untold. You don't need it. Look, no hands, crab. No hands. Bye-bye. Which one would you prefer for a 24-year-old guy? Boss Bottled Absolute or Keep Rockin' Spice Bomb Extreme? Spice Bomb Extreme, no question. Yeah, stay with your Spice Bomb Extreme. What you'll get from Boss Bottled Absolute is just a slight difference in DNA. Women love Spice Bomb Extreme more. I actually think it's a better fragrance as well. Not by much, but it is. Oh, I'll make you guys famous, I promise. What polo is good, red or black? Any parfum. The light, the teal blue one in parfum is the best, then blue, then red. But stick with parfums when it comes to Ralph Lauren, or everything's gonna smell quite synthetic and fake. I was thinking of getting Tom Ford White Suede as a layering cologne. Does it project much? initially, but then it falls out. It's a cool fragrance, but I mean, I wouldn't pay Tom Ford money for it, if that makes sense. Hey, good to see you, Dog Lover. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. My friend recommended Hugo Boss in the scent Absolute. I have the scent Magnetic. It's a good fragrance. Do I think? I mean, I think in rack stores right now you can get it for $50. Do I think it's gonna blow you away spending $50 on a fragrance like this? If you have a lot of rack store purchases, it would be one of your better ones. But if you have solid, good fragrances in your collection, it's not gonna blow your mind. It's vanillic. It almost reminds me of a toned down, slightly more vanillic version of Jimmy Choo Man. Some people go nuts over this, but for $50, I think there's a million other scents I would tell you to buy before. I mean, again, I think in the Boss Bottle caliber, Boss Bottle Absolute, Boss Bottle Elixir are pretty much like the go-tos, and then after that, everything is just kind of almost at the same level as that. So, you know. Hey, we're making people famous. Favorite homage. I don't have a favorite. I do own Epic. I do have Beach Hut Man. What smell works the best on a woman? I can't tell you what works best on a woman. A good go-to is obviously Baccarat Rouge 540 or Club de Nuit Untold as a replacement for it. But some of the things my wife gravitates towards is YSL Libre EDP, Bond Number 9 New York Flowers, Day 3 Bonnie, and a few other ones, you know, the Opiums and the Chanels, the Coco Mademoiselle, Chanel 5, Gardenia. There's a lot of good ones. Good to see you all, though. What's the most expensive cologne you have? Expensive doesn't mean girl catcher, unfortunately, in the fragrance space. You can catch a girl with curve. You just got to get the right girl. Most expensive fragrance is probably one of my Boadicea, the Victorious, or Diaghilev. And you can look those up. I don't want to say how expensive those are. It looks flexy to have. That's why, like, my most expensive fragrances, you can't even see them because I don't want to insinuate that because I have a lot of expensive bottles that it means anything. It doesn't mean anything. But it's probably this one. Or this one. I don't like showing expensive bottles. It's silly. I like Dior Sauvage. Me too. We're making people famous tonight, boys. What's good, TT? Haven't been on here, been trying to grow on TikTok. Just hit 310. Yeah, TikTok's a good place to be, man. I hope you're posting a lot of content there. And I hope you're enjoying your LV. Top 5 all-time male scents. Doesn't matter to me. What fragrance will make me smell like an auto shop? Fahrenheit EDT. Axe is no good in 2025. It might make you feel good, but it's 2025. For the same price of Axe, you can get a lot of bangers. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, man. People try to get famous in here, but between AI bots and my actual team, like I said, we're making people famous. I'm all for people coming in here and, you know, wasting their comment to get famous. I will make you famous. It's okay. We love everybody. What do you recommend what do you recommend, Mephisto or Torino 21? To me, Mephisto Gentiluomo. Hey, Christine, good to see you. Scent of the day, Christine. Let me know. Chromazaro still slaps. I don't care what anyone says. Hey, if you don't care what anyone says, you don't got to let us know. It doesn't matter. Live in your world, man. Enjoy the world you live in. I like Ferrari. Okay, I see you. The Rack Store All-Star. I'm getting Cod Lodge Island Vanilla Dunes and Replica Afternoon Delight for this fall. Okay, excellent. Any recent game changers in the scent world? Yeah, to me, yeah, this right here. I challenge anybody to find a 2025 release that is better than this. I'm just saying, a 2025 release, something that came out this year that is better than this fragrance right here. I challenge you. Both masculine fragrance, feminine fragrance, or unisex fragrance. I challenge you to present me a 2025 fragrance that beats that. That's a game changer in the fragrance world to me. If you only had $100, what would your fragrance lineup look like? You wouldn't really have a lineup, Willie, with $100. You could go, if you were to go dirt cheap and get your fragrances for 20 to 25 bucks, you might get 3 or 4 fragrances. I would stick with Bentley or I would stick with Lalique. If I was going with Lalique on $100, I would get Lalique White and Black, Lin Sumi, and that's probably all you could afford. If you could squeeze Ombre Noir, no, I wouldn't go Ombre Noir, actually. I would go Indigo. If you were to go Bentley, I would go Bentley Black Edition, Bentley Infinite Rush, Bentley Momentum Unlimited, and Bentley for Men Original. That right there would be a solid little startup collection that would beat pretty much anyone's rack store collection and anyone's designer collection, but $100 is slim pickings. I think with like $250, you could make a sick 5 to 10 fragrance lineup that could compete with most people and be above average. Have you smelled Limitless by J-Lo? I haven't. Scent of the day was Believed by Britney Spears. Nice. Very nice. My scent of the day was... The heck was my scent of the day? Oh my gosh. I actually kept it super... well, not really low key, but per show one. But you know, I was at an airport. I went to go pick up my wife and kids. They came back in from Cali. So I was going to be in an airport. There's just smells everywhere. I needed something to just put a scent bubble around me and then just mob everywhere and cut through all the smelly noise in the airport. Infusion by Bombay Sapphire. Okay. Xerjoff Naxos. Thoughts? Naxos is a great fragrance, but you will be surprised if you've never smelled it before, how you will either love it or think very lowly of it. It's one of those fragrances that's very polarizing. It's a tobacco, smooth tobacco, slight sweet fragrance, but it's different than something like a Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. So I would say, despite the fact that a lot of people hype up Renaissance and Naxos from Xerjoff, it is not blind buy worthy. Surprisingly, some people comment on Renaissance that it's too synthetically tart. And on Naxos, some people comment that it's just not what they thought it would be. So even though those are very popular fragrances, same with Torino 21, same with 40 Knots, Xerjoff seems to be a house that a lot of people love a lot of different things. And it's based off age, where you're at, gender, in terms of which one you'll gravitate to. Very similarly to Amouage. Amouage has a lot of very unique scents, and I would never recommend that you go into Reflection Man or Jubilation or Beach Hut or Epic or Purpose or Honor, any of those fragrances without sampling first. You have to sample with Xerjoff, you have to sample with Amouage. Scout 2 Harvester, okay. Ever had the never ending, oh, come on. You gotta chill. We'll make you famous. Good night. What's up, bro? Were you the one that helped me get Versace Eros? Oh, you were the one that helped me get Versace Eros. Hey, beautiful, brother. If you have Versace Eros, you don't really need to think about a lot of other stuff. I mean, I have a problem, but you know, if you're just an everyday working person, Eros will get the job done, baby. You don't need anything else. No small bottles. We got small bottles. Do you have any Arabian perfumes? Tons. Are Paris Hilton perfumes any good? They can be. Dog lover, I need a more specific question because my chats are absolutely flooded. A lot of times people call me AI because they come in here and see that I don't answer questions till 5 or 10 minutes into them joining, but that's because I answer everybody's question in the chat. I give everybody the same respect, the same thoughtfulness. And so I am behind and delayed by like 5 or 10 minutes, but that's just because I'm catching up on the chat. For those of you who are new, it's always a contest. When I go live, the game is, will the scent bubble get to the bottom of chat? If I get to the bottom of chat, that's when I end the live. Fortunately for you guys, every time I go live, my lives generally last about 45 minutes to 3 hours, depending on how excited you guys are to jump in here and how good the combos are. What's a good cologne for a broke dude for 60 bucks? We'll go even cheaper, dude. So Lalique Equus is a great everyday wear for a broke dude. You'll smell expensive. You can wear this everyday dumb reach. The juice doesn't lie. $25. Lalique Equus, EQUUS. Amazing everyday wear. Very close to a fragrance from Mancera called Amberful, which retails at about $100. That is $25, and it's amazing. Lalique White, dumb reach, everyday wear. It has all the best things about freshies in one fragrance. A little bit of spice, a little bit of green, a little bit of citrus, a little bit of linen, a little bit of soap. It just has everything. It smells like a niche fragrance. You will wear that every single day. Yeah, try those two, man. Those are each 20, 25 bucks a piece. You can probably get both of them for 50 bucks. $100, just buy a large bottle of Aqua di Gio and rock it daily. Profondo is a good everyday wear. Profondo is another utility fragrance where if you have it, you're happy with it. You're not mesmerized by it, but you have a solid fragrance that will make you feel at least like you're bringing something to the table wherever you go. Did you try Rare Reef? No. All my friends have tried Rare Reef. I don't need Pacific Chill. I have a million DNAs like Pacific Chill. So everyone seems to think it's about a 8 out of 10. Good clone, but as far as just an overall fragrance, about an 8 out of 10. I'm about to take this sweater off, man. I might catch a strike, but, maybe I can get a different shirt. Let's see. Do you think fragrances should be worn consistently or save scents for special occasions? Wear fragrances every day. I wear a new fragrance every single day. It's because I talk about fragrances, so I need to know what I'm talking about. As you guys can see, people trust what I say, so I need to know a lot about whatever fragrance. I don't speak on fragrances I don't have, so I wear a new fragrance every day, so I'm not just speaking on old memories. I'm not one of those guys who will be like, I'll tell you about Boss Bottled Absolute because I smelled it 3 or 4 years ago. I'm not going to speak on it unless I've smelled it within this year, but I smell thousands of fragrances a year, so that's good for you guys. Don't forget, everybody, hit the thumbs up. Hey, listen, if you're new in here, I'm about to hit 3,000 subs and give away the most fragrances in FragCom. Same thing when I hit my 2K goal. We are like 40 or 50 subs off, which I've hit that plenty of times in my lives. My lives average about 25 to 75 subs each time we go live. I don't care about the subs, but when we hit the 3K goal, I give away fragrances, so you should care about the subs. The 3 dots up here, it's either over here or over here. If you hit that and then like the video, that would be great because it'll flood more people in here to chat about fragrance. But if you'd consider giving me a sub, I drop 2 to 4 videos a day on every fragrance you've ever heard of and never heard of. So give it a shot. That's what I always say. I like the smell of WD-40. Me too. What's a good tobacco neroli scent? I'm not a big fan of pairing tobacco and neroli. I think they're counterintuitive. But a great tobacco scent to me, without the neroli, but still has the freshness and the smoothness, is Ombre Noir from Lalique. Top notes, gosh, I gotta remember now. See, y'all are putting me to the test. Tobacco, cinnamon, frankincense and myrrh, bergamot, mint, papyrus, and cognac. Best everyday budget perfume for London weather. everyday wear, Eros EDT, or if you want something more current, Gucci Guilty Elixir. That'll go great in London. Shout outs to London. I did a mural one time in Brixton. Brixton, man. Thanks for the recommendation, Joel. Sent Bawanam. Hi from Japan. Hello. Konnichiwa. Arigato. Do you have any of the Merchant of Venice lineup? I don't. I haven't smelled anything from there yet. When I go through a house, I go through the entire house. And so a lot of times my goal isn't to try like the most popular fragrances from multiple lines. Like if I go through Javoy or, you know, Chanel Exclusive or Creed or Initio or Bond Number 9 or Byredo, I go through the whole house. So it takes me a little bit longer to move from house to house, but when I do, I'll clear the whole house. I haven't got to Venice yet. What's the most disgusting animalic fragrance? Probably Koyam from Order Parisi. Some people will crucify me for saying that. I like wearing all black formal wear on date nights or music nights. What cologne would you recommend? I would recommend several. These all smell virtually like the same thing. It just depends on your price point. Prada Black, Tom Ford Black Orchid, Bulgari Man in Black, Zara Man from Fragrance World. Am I missing one? No, any of those four will do you just right. Am I right about that? Yeah. I would tell you Bulgari Man in Black, but look on discounters so you can get it for about 70 to 100 bucks for a big bottle. Sexiest all black. I don't care if you're wearing all black casual wear or all black tux wear or somewhere hybrid in between. Bulgari Man in Black is the best fragrance for wearing black anything. There's a gasoline fragrance that I recently came across that smelled like gasoline and gunpowder, and it's called Anarchist A by Toskavat, or Toskavat, Taskovat, and it's called Anarchist. You can see it on Fragrantica. What do you think is the most important, most influential fragrance of all time? Dior Sauvage Elixir, Chanel No. 5, Creed Aventus, Baccarat Rouge, and then there's some older ones from Guerlain. Those are some heavy hitters though. Le Labo Noir 29 Best All-Arounder. Okay, I'm not a big fan of Le Labo, but I respect the house. Any old school frags you vouch for? I mean, old school, absolutely. This fragrance right here, Marc Jacobs by Marc Jacobs. This is an original. I wore this in high school. Very luxurious fragrance that kind of imitates that Cedrat Boisé Intense, that Coromandel, that Nichane Ani, but feels a little bit older, a little more cozy. Also imitates kind of like La Nuit de L'Homme. Real fancy, cozy type fragrance, turtleneck. Don't ask me why I was wearing this in high school. I got serious play on this fragrance though, so y'all can't hate. But the juice don't lie. This is an original. This is probably almost 30 years old. So there's one. Marc Jacobs by Marc Jacobs. It's an eau de toilette, but believe it or not, it is nuclear and lasts 12 hours plus. Still love the fragrance to this day, and it's not expired. Rare Reef is definitely more than an 8, not gonna lie. Well, hey, I mean, here's the thing. Let's imagine Rare Reef was not Rare Reef and it was Afternoon Swim, actually, right? We know it's not Rare. We know it's not Afternoon Swim. It's close. So let's just pretend you don't have Rare Reef and you have Afternoon Swim from LV. To me, that's not a 10 out of 10 fragrance. To me, it's about an 8.5, 9 out of 10 type of fragrance for the citric, aquatic vibe. It's a 8.5 or a 9, and that's the actual Afternoon Swim. So to me, Rare Reef at best could be 1 point less than that. So if Afternoon Swim is a 9, Rare Reef is an 8. If Afternoon Swim is an 8.5, Rare Reef would be 7.5. So I think my 8 rating, if you disagree with me, you would disagree with me by 1 point, and that's not really arguable. Tell us the gate kept freshies. Absolutely. This is this is a blue fragrance, but it is a freshie. Gentiluomo Mephisto by Casa Marati, or just original Mephisto like I have. If you have this fragrance, you don't need any other blue fragrance. You don't need Bleu de Chanel. You don't need Dylan Blue. You don't need Acqua di Gio Profondo, even though that's not really a blue. You don't need Mont Blanc Legend Blue. You don't need Bleu de Chanel Parfum or EDP. You don't need Versace Eros, even though that's not really a blue. I consider it a blue. You don't need a blue fragrance if you have this. If you have this, you have the best blue fragrance, period. Long lasting, extremely unique, mass appealing. Everybody loves it. Women absolutely fall on their face over it. It's just, and it's crazy because you wouldn't think it would based off my description. You are in Mount Everest at the top of the mountain, and you have an ice cold glass of icy blue Kool-Aid, and you're sticking your face in the glass of ice, and that froth is just coming up. So it's got, it has a minty sensation, but it's not really minty. It's more like a cooling dampness. Blue Kool-Aid, icy as crap, tiniest touch of mint, and citrus. Citrus behind the blue Kool-Aid, icy Mount Everest feel. It is just one of the coolest smelling blues possible. I truly think it outclasses just about every blue. Aqua Universales. I'm trying to think of some like powerhouse niche blues. Yeah, it's just good. I don't want to think too much on this live because I'm going to pass up on questions. Best aquatic in your opinion? The one I just talked about. Or Profumo. My thing is Jupe. Very cool. Do you prefer Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Beau Parfum or EDT Parfum? But I don't prefer Jean-Paul Gaultier at all. If I had to get one, I would get Le Male Elixir. I think that's the best Jean-Paul Gaultier, no question. When it comes to Paradise Garden, Le Beau, Le Male, and Ultra Male, I think they're all equally as good. They're just not my jam. What up, Kicks? Salute, brother. Good to see you, man. Hey, help me hit 3K subs tonight. I think when I started the live, we're like 50 off. If you would be so kind as to sub, it's free. Give it a couple days, man. I post 2 to 4 videos every single day on fragrance. You could learn a lot from me in a week and then unsubscribe. I don't care. If you find value, please give it a free sub. Give it a shot. If you like it, stay around. We do game shows. We do massive giveaways. Anything fragrance, I bring entertainment, information, and authenticity. So I welcome you to the channel. We just try to innovate in the fragrance space and educate. So I give you guys your tricks and tips and help you with your fragrance journey, but I also bring entertainment and other people from all over the world to talk about fragrances and put you guys on game to the latest and greatest. Whether you're trying to be affordable or whether you're trying to be extravagant, I cover everything. And I carry well over 500 cents at this point. Dude wants a tobacco scent. Just start smoking cigarettes. I think they're over 10 a pack these days. Come on, Vinny. Tobacco fragrances are more elegant than a cigarette. Come on. Is Kamarakawa good? Very good, but unless you live in a place with a lot of cold weather, you won't wear it a lot. How do you like Gucci Guilty Elixir? I would not compare Gucci Guilty Elixir to Reflection Man. If you're asking how do I feel about both of them, I think Reflection Man is very 50-50. You either will absolutely love it because it's unique or you'll absolutely hate it because it's unique. Gucci Guilty Elixir, I've never seen anybody not love it. To me, it is a 10 out of 10 complete utility fragrance. When you talk about Sauvage Elixir, Sauvage EDP or Parfum, Bleu de Chanel, any of the all-stars, you know, Dylan Blue, Mont Blanc Legend Spirit, any of the all-star designer fragrances, this is a step above all of them. Everyday, dumb reach. It has the classiness. It has the soft sweetness, similar to Eros, but even toned down a little bit more, so it has a little bit masculine edge, but a woman could still pull this off. This is just universal. Doesn't matter where you live, everyday wear, and you smell expensive. This gave me hope for Gucci as a line, and it revived them as a house, and it's one of the best purchases ever. I think it's a travesty that they only sell this in a 50 ml. I would buy a 200 ml of this, and if you have this, you don't really need many other designers, unless it's in the category of date night, and that's when I would go to a designer such as Givenchy, Prada, Gucci, Jean Paul, Tom Ford, etc. What a blessing for you to have Desert Rain. Can't wait for the 6-month mark to do the memoir. Yeah, man. I can't wait either. I want to do the memoir now, but it would be unfair to you guys to do a memoir on that fragrance. Hey, anytime. Good to see you, Alan. Good, bright, fresh fragrances for summer. Yeah, let's go through some quick summer, spring bangers. Now, listen, guys, when we talk about hot weather scents and sunshine scents, I fly through them. So if I say the name and you don't have time to write it down, all you got to do is rewind the video. A lot of my audience on my lives watch the lives back. So you have a rewind button. Don't worry about writing stuff down right now. Just hear them and go back to them later. So spring, summer, bangers. Lalique White, no question. I'm not going to walk through the notes. This is soapy, clean, green, slightly peppery, slightly citric, all the best things about a citrus fragrance in one. Lin Sumi ties for my #1 best office fragrance, Tom Ford Grey Vetiver EDP. These two are the best office fragrances ever made. This one is soap and grapefruit. This one is outdoors forest green with a little bit of tree sap and a little bit of morning grassy dew. It's just a little bit more old school than Grey Vetiver, but to me, it has this water note, this damp sap water note that makes it just a clean green. I call this young money, but it's ageless as a fragrance. Absolutely amazing. The Lalique White is $25. I am not an endorsement. I'm not affiliated. I don't make a dime off any of the fragrances here. All these fragrances I bought with my own money. Lin Sumi is only $40, but it always sells out. So if you want it, you have to turn on notifications wherever you look for it. Lalique White is very easy to find. Some more spring, summer bangers. Bentley, one of the best car brand houses out there. They make tons of really good sophisticated scents for less than $30. Bentley Momentum Unlimited. When it comes to metallics and mineralic scents, this is a metallic and citrus fragrance similar to something like a Parfum de Marly Sedley or something like that, which is going to be, or even like a Silver Mountain Water. But to me, this is a little more less citric and more about just a really nice sharp metallic type of masculine scent. This is the guy that drives, he's not rich, but he still drives, like maybe a 2020 Mercedes that's silver or white. What else for spring, summer? This is really good for work and play. This is Creed Aventus, but you replace the pineapple and lemon with mandarin, actually not mandarin orange, tangerine. So think Creed Aventus, leave out the pineapple, and the star note is tangerine. This is classy. It's super fresh. I call this fragrance Young Money as well. It's beautiful, guys. It can go work and play. Some more like sunshine fragrances. Obviously, Original Vetiver from Creed. I hate that Creed has been consistently reformulating their batches. I don't think they're ever worth it, but I still got to mention it. Original Vetiver from Creed. It is a soapy, green, lemony fragrance that is very fresh. I really hate the fact that my wife loves this so much. I only have it because with Vetiver, I have to collect every fragrance ever made, and so I have this. It's not one of my favorite Vetivers, but surprisingly, I wore it the other day because I need to know about this as a fragrance, and my wife, sure enough, goes, "What are you wearing today, honey? I love that stuff." And she doesn't compliment me a lot, so for her to say that, now I got to wear it more. I can't believe that. So maybe you guys should consider it. I'm not quite sure. Spring, summer, let's go fun. Let's go fun. By the water, out and about, picking up chicks. The normal stuff people want to do. Summer fling and panty droppers and tropicals. Herba Gold. No question. When it comes to mango scents, even though this doesn't have mango in it at all, it will remind you of a rich, velvety skin of a juicy, tropical mango. This is intoxicating. Anybody that said Herba Pura was the best tropical fragrance out there was wrong. Men tend to think Herba Pura smells a little bit like hairspray from women. Women tend to really love it. There are men that love it, but as a man, I think you will lean better with Herba Gold. It basically imitates mango skin from Wilhelm, tropical mango. This is still a little bit expensive hair conditioner for womanish, but it goes superiorly mango and tropical. And so women love this. They'll want to eat you alive if you wear this fragrance. Alternatives. Wow, did you guys see that? Guys, I'm on my game tonight. Alternatives to that will be Wilhelm Mango Skin, or a cheaper one for 150 bucks, I think, is Day 3 Bonnie. Beautiful mango tropical sea breeze type of scent. Or God of Fire. Or if you want a cheapy version for like 30, 40 bucks, you can go Vulcan Feu, and Feu is spelled F-E-U when you look it up. Here's one I've been digging lately, but I would never recommend it blindly, but I've been digging it. I collect a lot of scents, and so when it comes to spring, summer jams, a lot of stuff's aquatic or citric or exotic, and it kind of gets old after a while. So I was kind of digging this because you're not going to like when I say this, so just ignore me. When you get older or when you get bored of your fragrance collection, you will go back to this and say, maybe I might want to give that a try. This is actually a bit vegetal, and what do I mean by that? What I mean is when you smell it, it has a base composition that's similar to a lot of summertime freshies, which is citruses on woods or citruses on aquatics. When you look at Lotus Sea or any of the Louis Vuitton fragrances, or really pretty much any rack store fragrances, everything is citruses on woods or citruses on aquatics. Well, this does that similarly. You know, it's got that bergamot. Actually, scratch that. A better way to explain this is what makes this different from citrus aquatics, citrus exotics, and citruses on woods is this basically smells like ice cold cucumber water with a little bit of citrus, and it has this vegetal note, meaning it almost smells, this is going to sound crazy, and a lot of you guys will not buy this fragrance, but when I tell you the compliment factor is insanely high because women love the smell of this, it's very high. It has a smell almost as if you're growing like green lettuce on a farm, and you walk out and you see just tons of these bushes of green lettuce, and it's crisp. What the air would smell like around that, like a bit of earthiness, a bit of green vegetable-ishness behind the top layer of green tea, matcha, and cucumber water. So it's very fresh, it's invigorating, it's slightly earthy. Women gravitate to it quite a bit. Now, if you're someone who says, man, you lost me at cucumber, you lost me at vegetal and all that, I understand. This is big boy stuff right here. Women love it, high compliment factor. But if you want something that isn't vegetal, but gives you the exact same vibe, go with the blue bottle, Aqua Universales, and this is from Maison Francis Kirkjohn, also known as MFK. You can go with the blue bottle or Amorous Extrait. Absolute insanity of a banger. Disregard the fact that these are small 70 ml bottles. A few sprays last all day in most cases. New fragrance that just came out, spring, summer, best 2025 release, period. I challenge you to find a fragrance better than this. Day 3 Fragrances, which is actually located down the street from me, their home boutique. Desert Rain, a collaboration with the American singer-songwriter Colton Dixon. This fragrance runs for about 150 bucks, and to me, this is the best release of 2025. Don't worry about the $150 price point and the fact that it's only a 50 ml of juice. It lasts forever. Smells like rain mixed with white champagne with a little bit of splashes of green tea, cactus blossom, bergamot, frankincense, just the tiniest bit. It's not really an incensey fragrance. It's mostly a citric cactus rainwater with sparkling champagne-ness on the top. This fragrance is mesmerizing, sillage insane, longevity powerful, best release. This is dumb reach, everyday wear, but you smell mad expensive when you wear it. One of the most unique scents. If you were ever a fan of Acqua di Gio Profumo or like a Tom Ford Oud Wood, this kills those by about 20%, and that's blasphemous to say in most circles. Any other spring summers? To me, Vetiver Sensual, radiant, vibrant lime Radiant, vibrant lime, lemon, and grapefruit. Juicy, ripe, briny grapefruit, lemon, and lime sitting on lemongrass. That's this. Other fragrances like this would be Ferragamo Bright Leather, Wulong Cha from Nishane, EG from Nishane. Beautiful, radiant citrus and lemongrass type of feel. You can go with your usuals like Versace Eros EDT, Gucci Guilty Elixir. I think I said Equus before, $25. This smells like Mancera's Amberful, extremely ambery grapefruit and vetiver fragrance, juicy, rich, sophisticated. And I have a bunch of cheapies, you know. Club de Nuit Milestone smells like juicy, ambery, vetivery, watermelon. Best fragrance for the pool, Milestone, no question. If you need some Bleu de Chanel in your life during the summer, Club de Nuit Iconic for 20 bucks. Smells exactly like Bleu de Chanel EDP, which I'm carrying right there. I mean, honestly, I have so many freshies because I live in Arizona. It's always 100+ degrees, and I know I'm so behind in chat. So now I'm going to attempt to catch up. I'm new to the fragrance world. What is oud? Oud is an agarwood tree, typically found in Europe and the Middle East. And oud is the product of what happens when an agarwood tree gets infected and the tree tries to fight against the infection. It forms a mass that people extract called oud. Most of the time in perfumery, oud is made synthetically. People try to imitate what the real oud fungus smells like by using the agarwood tree and other synthetic materials. So most fragrances that say oud don't have real oud in them, and even the fragrances that have real oud have really trace amounts because the raw material oud is insanely expensive and has to be shipped from overseas. And also oud expires very easily when it meets the presence of any moisture. So in the shipping process, in the manufacturing process, you can spoil oud, which is terrible to do because it's so expensive. Most people synthetically create oud. So oud can smell like a million different things, and hopefully if you have a good oud, it smells like a fresh kind of earthy, woody material, but it can smell like anything. Funk, rat, squirrel, freshness, linen, sweet. I mean, it can take the position of pretty much anything. Next, how does this Trace Oros smell like? This Trey Frag was loving it too much. Trace Oros, I do have it right here from day 3. If you love anything like, if you like anything like Armani Stronger With You or Stronger With You Intensely or Angel Share, any sweet vanillic fragrance, Jean Paul Gaultier, Le Male Elixir, anything in any of those realms, any of the Gucci sweet fragrances, Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé, this to me is 5 levels above any of those fragrances. This is mandarin orange and pineapple up top, mostly pineapple, not mandarin. Middle notes, plantain and amber. Base notes, brown sugar, honey, and man, you guys are challenging me. Brown sugar, honey, and the middle note is plantain, amber is in the base. It smells like a sweet, not banana, sweet plantains soaked in honey and brown sugar with this beautiful fresh top of bergamot or mandarin orange and pineapple. It is one of the sexiest, best scent trail, highest longevity factors ever. You put 3 or 4 sprays of this on, it will go all night and it will turn the most heads you've ever seen in your life. When it comes to date night, I have never turned more heads with a fragrance than this in a long time. And I have a lot of date killers. Absolute Aphrodisiac from Initio, serious head turner. But nothing turns heads like Trace Oros because it has a vibrancy, a silkiness that just trails incredibly. I turned so many heads with that fragrance. Do you like Jean Paul Elixir Absolute? No, I don't. Thoughts on Bulgari Eau de Vert? I can't speak on that fragrance. Best women's Middle Eastern fragrance. Probably Glorious Oud Royal Blanc by French Avenue, or Club de Nuit for women, or Club de Nuit Untold. Are you a reflection man when you lean forward? Yes. Kamarakawa in London weather, will I be wearing that a lot? Not really, because you'll smell like a coffee shop a lot, and I think you're more versatile of a person than that. Okay, let's scroll up. I don't have Choco Musk. I'm not a fan. I'm scrolling, guys. I'm catching up. By the way, I'd really appreciate it if you guys would consider subbing. We're about to hit 3K and do one of the biggest fragrance giveaways in FragCom. You guys get the chance to win free fragrances and not pay for shipping. It's a really awesome deal. We gave away 32 bottles, full bottles of fragrance, and probably like 50 to 100. I'm capping a little bit. We gave away 32 bottles of full bottles of 100 mils of fragrance, and we gave away like 50 decants of niche and designer fragrances. So, you know, sub. There's nothing you can lose for that. You could win a lot of fragrances. Hey, SB, long time no see. What Jean Paul Gaultier should I get? Lamal Elixir. Don't worry about anything else. Do you think that MFK compares to London Spice? Without question. That's a silly question. I'll definitely be sure to look at these reviews and reliability and make sure everything is good. If not, then I will do what you said and check another website. Thanks for the tips. Absolutely, Dashi. Best of luck. I need that Aqua Media in my collection. Yeah, Aqua Media Forte. You will wear it and you'll like it, but you'll be unsure due to the vegetalness of it if people will like it. Believe it or not, that smell is very familiar to women. This matcha tea, this kind of herbal aromatherapeuticness, this kind of like green melaniness in the therapy world. Women just gravitate towards it. I don't know why. I think it imitates like, you know, one of the cucumber melon type of like shampoos. This is that, much less sweet. It's more masculine than that and more expensive smelling than that. But I think it puts them in the realm of some kind of spa-like feel. This is very much like a masculine or unisex spa type of fragrance, but in high heat, women just flock to that, and it has crazy good performance. I can't help you if you're ugly, universe. You got to help yourself. Take a shower. Cut your hair. You know, scratch your fingernails. What about the original Victoria's Secret? Very sexy for men. You know how I feel about that. Does it compare to Cactus Garden by LV? Without question. Very sexy for men. Okay. What is the expense? I don't know. Joy, you got to type better. Come on. Fletcher, step it up. How do you feel about Bright Leather? It's a great fragrance. As a designer fragrance, it's about a 9 out of 10 in terms of super usability. It's one of the only designer leather fragrances that doesn't smell super leathery because it's blonde leather, but it's a citric heavy fragrance. So the leather just plays the background, but you still get that sophisticated bravado while still having like a radiant citrus summer fragrance that makes you feel happy and invigorated. When you wear Ferragamo Bright Leather, you feel like a man. A lot of the problem with a lot of these citrus fragrances is they feel like 20-year-olds or teenage boys wear them. And think about it. When you look at Mont Blanc Legend Spirit, Mont Blanc Explorer, Mont Blanc the Platinum, if you look at Dylan Blue, if you look at Versace Pour Homme, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, Gucci Guilty, any of these fragrances, they're citric. They smell appetizing and good as a citrus fragrance, but there's no nuts to the fragrance. So you smell like a boy. You smell like every young man becoming a man's first fragrance. So you typically need citrus or fruits with some nuts to them. And so Ferragamo Bright Leather does that because what do? They go with a really vibrant, rich citrus that imitates a lot of the fragrances in the designer world you're familiar with, like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue and Versace Pour Homme and Mont Blanc Legend Spirit and all this stuff, but it gives it nuts. It puts blonde leather under it, so it still makes the citrus feel classy and masculine. You don't lose your manhood to get citrus. And it works everyday wear. You literally could wear it every single day. Feel like a man, feel like people respect you, women will love you, and you'll get the same vibe as all your citrus fragrances. And it's very cheap to get. In rack stores, you can spend like 25, 30 bucks and get at least a 50 ml of it. But I guarantee you, most of you will get 100 ml of it because it's like 40 or 50 bucks. What perfume uses real ambergris? Hopefully none of them today. It should be banned. Got anything feminine leaning? Plenty. This is a feminine leaning fragrance that my wife absolutely loves on my skin. It smells like Drake's Summer Mink, but 100 times better. This is Glorious Oud Royal Blanc. It's an extrait. It imitates Musk Therapy from Initio, and it imitates it 10 out of 10 in my opinion. I have Musk Therapy. I think it's the best fragrance in the Initio lineup. No, my favorite fragrance is not Side Effect. No, it's not Absolute Aphrodisiac, which I have. No, it's not Oud for Greatness, which I have. No, it's not Atomic Rose. No, it's not Paragon. None of those. My favorite fragrance from Initio, because it's the most versatile, and in its versatility, it's still equally as sexy as the other fragrances, is Initio's Musk Therapy. But if you cannot afford Initio's Musk Therapy because it creeps around the $300 price point, go with Glorious Oud Royal Blanc from French Avenue. I will put this up so you guys can rewind back in the video. This might be one of the best clones of all time. I would probably easily put it in the top 10 best clones ever made, especially in its category. It is white florals with a ton of musk, and that musk is what keeps it feeling masculine, but it is still feminine because it is a white floral fragrance. If you've ever been intimidated to go into a white floral type of fragrance because it's too soft and it's too gentle, it injects serious amounts of musk into it to still make it feel masculine, which is hard to find with white floral fragrances. Anything close to the original Nautica Oceans, Nautica Voyage Blue. Cinnamon, best cinnamon fragrance ever made, easily. I don't care what fragrance you're talking about. It is Teriyaki Intense. A clone house, Lattafa, made this, but Quentin Biche perfumed this, and he is a niche perfumer that was simply paid a check by Lattafa to give Lattafa an original Lattafa fragrance. So this isn't a clone of anything, but it is a cinnamon bomb. Cinnamon, amber, vetiver, super masculine cinnamon, but a lot of cinnamon. 2-spray killer. It'll last you all day on 2 sprays. It's sexy, but for me, I like to blend stuff with it. Like, I think it needs something to cut through the cinnamon, because what guy wants to just smell like masculine cinnamon? You know, a lot of my Middle Eastern homies really love this, but they are all single. So I would recommend that this is a great, amazing fragrance to layer with it. Layer vanilla, layer tobacco, layer alcohol, like a cognac or a boozy note. Layer some florals to knock it back. Anything could go with this. This is an amazing layering fragrance. You'll love it by itself for a while, but eventually you'll get bored of it because it's just a cinnamon masculine amber fragrance. And I think Ross was capping when he said this was perhaps one of the best Lattafas ever made. That was a little bit cap, and I love Ross to death, but he was capping a little bit on that. But it is a really well-made fragrance. Okay, anything you recommend that's minty fresh? Yeah, Casa Mirati Mephisto. Very good mint fragrance. Stay there. You don't really need to go anywhere else. Take care, Joel. Thanks so much for your moderation. I'll let AI take it from here. I appreciate you. Love you so much, man. Thank you. Shout outs to Joel for not only giving you guys fragrance recommendations as I'm behind on the chat, but also for moderating and sniping all the kids who want to get famous. How about Ralph Lauren Purple Label? What do you think? I don't like it. Would you be able to ship the fragrance giveaway bottles to Canada? No, this will be a USA giveaway only. Givenchy Blue Label, I'm not a fan of. What fragrances are you giving away? Tons. What's your top 3 best niche? Everything on the top shelf. Just pick one. Rojas, Matiere Premiers, Tom Fords, Xerjoffs, MFKs, Initios, Day 3s, Diptyques, Amouages, Casa Miratis, Creeds, Ex Nihilos, Lamars. I mean, just pick one. Nasamatos, we've got a ton. Cool Water. Okay, thoughts on Lumiere House of French Avenue? I've never tried it. You need citrus but with nuts. Yes. Thoughts on Blonde Amber? Don't. It's okay to me. Are Sephora sampler sets worth it? Yes, if you're new to fragrance, absolutely. What's your favorite fragrance? Don't have one. Have you smelled Coro by Xerjoff yet? I think it's recently released. No, I haven't. Okay, I see you, David. I'm not going to shame you. What's your favorite vanilla fragrance? Grand Soir, no question. Lamal Elixir, Sumi. Best compliment. You don't need to get Lamal Elixir, though. You can actually get Lattafa's Kingdom. It smells the exact same, and it'll save you a lot of money. Boom. Mm, 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 mm. By the way, thank you, everybody, for joining in here. I really appreciate it. Any new recent pickups that you're super happy about? Yes, best fragrance of 2025, Desert Rain from Day 3 Fragrances. I don't think anything's beating this year. I will keep an open mind, but I don't think anything will beat this year. I can't wait to do a memoir on it in 6 months. But yeah, this was incredible. Desert Rain. I finally pulled the trigger on Aqua Media Forte. Happy with that. Nasamato's Pardon in Baranda. Best whiskey rose fragrance. Best dark chocolate. Not best, but one of the premier. Look how tiny this bottle is. Insane. 30 ml. One spray killer, though. Leather, patchouli, chocolate. Sexy. Do you like Adidas Dare? No. Thank you for all the info. Very informative and detailed. Thank you for joining. By the way, guys, if you guys could help me out with subs, I'm about to hit my 3K goal and do a massive fragrance giveaway. Like I say, man, give me a subscription. It's free. If you like the content, I drop 2 to 4 videos every single day on fragrances from clone dupe inspired, designer, niche, and independent niche. I interview the perfumers. I do game shows, a lot of entertainment with fragrance, but I post more than Jen Sense. So if you're into fragrance, I even post more than Jeremy Fragrance. So if you're into fragrance content, this is where you want to be. Give it a shot. Thoughts on pheromones? It's a gimmick. What's the closest to old school candies? I can't help you there. What's the first fragrance you ever bought? Acqua di Gio Armani Eau de Toilette. Top 5 best clones of all time that we need to have. Ignore the words top 5 and best. Amazing clones that you need to have in your collection. Glorious Oud Royal Blanc, which is cloning Initio's Must Therapy. Club de Nuit Milestone, which smells better than the actual Millésime Imperial today. Club de Nuit Iconic, which smells 1-to-1 to Bleu de Chanel EDP. Sahib Intense, which is cloning Imagination. It's the best clone of Imagination. Gary's Den, which is Dior Homme Parfum, and it smells a little bit softer than the Dior Homme 2025 that's out right now, but I actually prefer that. It's an incredible clone. Oud for Glory, which is the Oud for Greatness clone. It's 1-to-1, and Oud for Greatness is probably one of the best fresh oud fragrances ever made. Our Club de Nuit Per Show 1 is the best Absolute Aventus clone out there right now. Cayenne Classic, one of the best Dior Homme Intense clones out there. Tarathi Blue, one of the best, not 1-to-1, but probably about 90 to 95% on par with Tygar. You got to have it. The Kingdom or Lionheart. Kingdom is 1-to-1 Lamal Elixir. Lionheart is almost 1-to-1, but they ramp up the mint. So if you want a lot of mint with your Lamal Elixir, get Lionheart from Armoff. If you want just 1-to-1 Lamal Elixir, you can go Lattafa's The Kingdom. Zara Man is Tom Ford's Black Orchid, but a little bit fresher, but it's 1-to-1 and it lasts forever to me. Afro Leather, best African leather from Memo Paris clone. Cassius, 1-to-1 to Parfums de Marly Carlisle. Mahir Legacy Silver, 1-to-1 to Parfums de Marly Sedley. Guys, are you listening to me right now? Rewind this video after this is done. I am kicking pure game and giving you the best of the best clones. I have an ebook coming out that will give you my top 100 S-tier clone list, and that will come out, and that's one of 5 ebooks I'm dropping this year in a complete anthology set that will be hard printed for the first 50 people that buy it, but then after that, I will be dropping my stuff on the Kindle app. Okay, we're going to fly through because I know a lot of people are watching, and I do appreciate the fact that it's loaded in here, but I do have to get sleep tonight. So I'm gonna super catch up to the bottom of chat, and then we're going to get out of here. Do you have a favorite niche note? Vetiver. Elixir or Elixir Absolute by Jean-Paul Gaultier. Lamal Elixir. Sir, is it okay for a man to use Victoria's Secret? Hey man, whatever helps you sleep at night. Thoughts on 9/11? Do you think it actually happened? Here, let me help you. Do you own Blue de Chanel? Thoughts? I do. I have Blue de Chanel EDP. People will tell you that the parfum smells better, the EDP performs better. I don't care which one you have, they smell the same to me. You don't even need either though, because Club D Nuit Iconic is Blue de Chanel EDP for $20. What's the topic here? Read the title. What notes are you able to pick up on in Desert Rain? I can get the cactus blossom. I can get the green tea. I can get a little bit of frankincense. I can get the petrichor accord, which is the smell of rain. I can get the bergamot. I mean, I can get the juniper. I can. I mean, again, it's like a sparkling champagne rain. It just smells so good. It's addicting. I wear a new fragrance every day, but I always spray that fragrance once in the air because I absolutely love it. In fact, we are giving away, as soon as we hit 3K, which will be tonight or tomorrow night, I will be giving away a Day 3 Discovery set provided by Michael Paul. And I personally will decant some of my Desert Rain to make sure you have a complete set with the Day 3 set. But this has every fragrance in the Day 3 lineup, including the collaboration fragrances. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate you for giving that to the channel. And there will be a very lucky winner at 3K. Any frags to wear at home? Everything. How similar is Sedley to Torino 21? Not the same. What is the best Guerlain clone? Supreme L'Homme Extreme. You can get it on Amazon for 20 bucks. What do you think about Armaf Ombre Oud Intense? I haven't smelled it. Have you tried Green Irish Tweed? Yes. You don't need it. There's a lot of Green Irish Tweeds out there. You can get Yaman Lale. You can get, what is that fragrance? Armaf Très Nuit. When's the ebook coming out? At the end of the year. There's a lot of innovations that I have that I'm excited to drop on my channel, and you guys can see I'm foaming at the mouth. Like, we interviewed Michael Paul, we did the memoirs, we're doing the game show. I'm bringing a lot of ladies in FragCom onto the channel for interviews. We're doing a podcast every week that will be on iTunes and Spotify and Apple Music really soon. I don't want to overload you guys and make it look like I'm putting a low amount of effort in a lot of cool ideas. When the scent bubble comes out with a new idea in FragCom, it's got to be well thought out, it's got to have infrastructure, and it has to look legit. A lot of you guys don't know, I have a clothing line already made for the scent bubble. I have merch. I have not told you guys, and I will not be showing you guys for probably another year, because I'm making sure that all of my pieces are one of one, handmade, extremely high quality, and I'm not going to drop it unless when I drop it, it's proper. So same thing with the ebooks. Some of my ebooks are done. Some of them are still in development as I'm collecting a lot of research in, but I will not drop them until they are absolutely premium and until I feel like the community is ready for them. Believe it or not, I've got insane ideas in the works right now that will really change the fragrance community. Like, I genuinely don't think anyone in FragCom has even half of the ideas or half of the infrastructure that I'm going to put into place in this community, and everyone is going to benefit from it. It's not just content. I am developing a fragrance experience that everybody sitting at home can participate in and take it to whatever depth they want, whether they want to be experts, whether they want to be collectors, or whether they just want 2 or 3 fragrances that are amazing. I'm going to build a world-class experience for people messing with fragrance and give you guys a lot of entertainment while doing it. And I just can't tell you what this stuff is yet because I'm building something. Thank you, Villain. YSLY EDP and Yeah Man EDP. Both are great. Have you tried French Avenue Liquid Brune? Yes. 300 subs left, so close to 3K. I'm not 300 subs left, Dashy. We're way closer than that. In fact, we might even already be at 3K. If not, we're within 25 to 50 subs of 3K. Thank you, Skies. Appreciate you, brother. Is Desert Rain anything like Rain Essence? No. Do you have a preferred concentration? No. Because here's a great example. Versace Eros Eau de Toilette. This smells just like the Eau de Parfum and Parfum, but the EDT is cheaper. For $35, you can get a 100 ml jumbo bottle, and for $50, you can get 200 ml of this fragrance. The EDT lasts 10 hours plus. Now, someone can argue, oh, I like the Eau de Parfum because it lasts the most, or the Parfum, or the Extrait. This lasts 10 hours. Does it really matter that it's an Eau de Toilette? No. I don't have a concentration preference because fragrance houses lie to you. Will you ever consider making your own fragrance? I have, I will, but it will not be out for probably another 2 years. With the things I'm going to implement in 2025, I will not have the audacity to really make a unique fragrance until probably middle of next year, and developing it will probably take me about a year. I have some really good resources of perfumers that can help me. But I will not make a fragrance until I can devote full time to it, which will mean flushing out my channel right now. Supreme L'Homme Extreme is OP. I love it. It is good. I always tell people Supreme L'Homme Extreme is cherry almond champagne. So I'm a beginner. I have Le Male Parfum, YSL, EDP, Creed Aventus. What's the next type of frag I should get? Gucci Guilty Elixir. Are you going to release any hoodies? Yes, and I have several. Hey, we got to the bottom. Popular fragrances to stay away from. Perhaps because they fade or have bad under the scents. Drake's Summer Mink, trash. If you like the smell of Drake's Summer Mink, just get Versace Eros Blue Bottle EDT or Gucci Guilty Elixir or Glorious Oud Royal Blanc by French Avenue. They're all better, they last longer, and all of them are under $50. Is Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Beau considered S tier? No. No. Number one, because Le Male Elixir is the best Jean-Paul Gaultier fragrance. I consider Paradise Garden, Le Beau, Ultramall, and Le Male Parfum all good, solid, great fragrances, but they don't compare to Le Male Elixir. So if I was going to call a Jean-Paul Gaultier S tier, it would be Le Male Elixir. And I don't think Le Male Elixir is S tier. It is A tier, though. And I think everything below that is B tier. And that's okay. It's just me, guys. It's just SB. I don't speak politically. I don't speak what the world says. I speak how I feel. That's me. The thing about Jean-Paul Gaultier today is that there is a super valid clone for every Jean-Paul Gaultier. You can get an Ultramall clone. You can get a Le Male Parfum clone. You can get a Le Beau clone. You can get a Paradise Garden clone. You can get a Le Male Elixir clone. They have clones for everything. There's $30 clones that are fantastic and one-to-one to all of them. You know? And there's multiple clones of singular ones. You know, Off on 9 p.m. is an Ultramall twist. Lattafa Ram Silver is like one-to-one Ultramall. And there's like 100 other renditions. Give a clone to Le Male Elixir. Lattafa's the Kingdom. This smells incredible. This lasts forever. Lattafa's the Kingdom to me is dang near one-to-one. At least 95%. Smells incredible. Lasts forever. Super fresh. Doesn't smell fake. Right on. If you want something Le Male Elixir with a twist, the twist being a little ramp up in mint, which some people prefer, you could go Armaf's Lionheart. Both are the Le Male Elixir DNA. This is the closest one-to-one with no edits. Lionheart would be a slight remix because they ramp up the mint lavender combo. This smells incredible. I mean, it's amazing you can get this for 30 bucks, 100 ml, and you have Le Male Elixir. It's stupid, right? You can get it at any Burlington right now. Incredible. Do you like the original Le Male more than the Elixir? No. Best high quality cheapie for summer. We already went over that. You want to rewind the video to get to it. We named like 20 of them. What's more mass appealing, Le Male Parfum or Elixir? Le Male Elixir, no question. No question. I imagine if you wear a Jean-Paul Gaultier fragrance, you are wearing it to attract the opposite sex. So you're wearing it for women. You're wearing it to smell attractive. And women think Le Male Elixir is more sexy than... Honestly, let me edit myself. Any Jean Paul Gaultier fragrance will attract women. It's just, what age do you want? Is Stronger With You intensely overhyped? No, it's a great fragrance. I think you should skip it and move up to Angel Share. You know what I'm saying? Just because Stronger With You intensely is kind of walking a middle ground between like going all the way sexy, but then they add all this freshness. So you get the chestnut, the vanilla, the spice, but then they freshen it up. So it's like, why don't you just go all in on that vanillic spice, which would be a fragrance like Angel Share. I think it smells 100 times more all in. But Stronger With You intensely is a great fragrance, and you will get compliments, and women will love it. Which Kajal is your favorite? Kajal 3 is the best interpretation of Tygar. It smells like Tygar, but better. I like that. I have Kajal 3. That's what I carry. Lamar is cool, but you have to be a rose lover, because after it dries down, the rose really creeps out. But Lamar is sexy, but I prefer Kajal 3. They have a lot of good ones, though. The amazing thing is Kajal fragrances smell really expensive. They have a ton of sillage and longevity, and on discounters you can get them for around 115 bucks. So they really should be taken seriously. But you have to live in cold weather to really enjoy them. They do have some fresh scents like the Tygar one up there, but it is quite potent, and I don't find Tygar to be like an everyday dumb reach. Kismet or Kamra, they're the same. They're virtually the same. Kamra's just more coffee. Kismet is still close. I mean, it's supposed to be tuxedo, but it's not. Burberry Touch is good. What's the fragrance you've gotten the most compliments on? Recently, Trace Oros from Day 3. From women. Can a 15-year-old wear Angel Share? I don't think so. I think if you wore Angel Share, somebody would think you went into your parents' room and stole their fragrance as a 15-year-old. If you're a 15-year-old, go with... See, I can't even really recommend Le Male Elixir to you, because I think a 15-year-old, it's sweet, it's sexy, it's spicy, but you're 15. You shouldn't smell sweet and sexy and spicy. I know you teenagers think you're grown these days, but not that grown. Honestly, if I were you, dude, I wouldn't go that crazy. I would go Stronger With You. Don't get intensely. Get original Stronger With You from Armani, or get Versace Eros EDT. Yeah, I think if you wore a super heavy vanillic spicy fragrance, you would look like you're trying to get attention. You got to go with something fresh and slightly sweet. You know, even if you went something like, as a 15-year-old, like Versace Eros Energy, or Versace Eros, the red one. But I think Eros Blue EDT is the most versatile. So, yeah, bro, if you want... Grandpa SB is going to tell you, if you want the most compliments, you want a fragrance that you can wear every single day that won't get boring, that you could still go on dates with and be impressive to women, you got to get Versace Eros EDT, the blue bottle, or you got to get Armani Stronger With You. Don't worry about getting intensely at your age. If you're going to go Jean Paul Gaultier at your age, I would go probably, well, you can go Cod Lodge Island. The house is Cod Lodge, KHADLAJ Island, which is a clone of Le Beau, I think. You don't need to pay your money in actual Jean Paul Gaultier. Can you please recommend a Bond number 9 dupe that's quality? Which one? Is Full House worth the hype? Yes, but it's not the best imagination, nor is Aqua Dubai. What are your best complimented fragrances? Watch my videos. What cologne do you use for the gym? I don't. I just shower and I use soap. There's no reason to wear it. See, I have a theory. I have a theory that if you wear fragrance to the gym, you don't sweat when you work out because you don't work out that hard. You're the type of guy that goes to the gym and shoots basketball or runs on the treadmill for 10 minutes, or you do some pull-ups and push-ups, or you hit the weight machines, but you're not breaking a sweat when you do it. You're doing low reps, low sets. When I go to a gym, I sweat like a hyena because I am literally trying to kill myself when I work out. And when you sweat, you don't want to wear a fragrance that you're just sweating profusely with, to me. So I want my pores open, not closed, and I don't want to mix funk with fragrance. I have fragrances I would imagine would go great in the gym. You know, typically citrus aquatics and citrus linen fragrances and white fragrances and things like that. But honestly, guys, if you actually work out, just take a shower and use a really good bar soap and get your pores open and get clean. You shouldn't smell like anything when you work out. You should smell like water. If you're wearing a fragrance to the gym, the girl knows you don't work out that hard and you're also trying to distract women. That's just always been my experience. I've seen dudes go in the gym and stink up the place with Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue and Versace Pour Homme and even go crazy with certain fragrances and stuff. And when you're just you smell clean, you smell well, you're well groomed, and you're like working out, women respond to muscles more than fragrances. Trust me. They respond to hard work over fragrance. So just give that a shot. Anything close to Creed Viking? Yes, look on YouTube. There's only like 1 or 2 recommendations. There's like 3 valid options of Viking. Any male scents that men love but ladies don't like as much? Men love that ladies don't like. I can't speak on that. I'm not a lady. Can you do a review on Yusuf Bai? Eventually. I'm still learning about him quite a bit. Have you tried Acqua di Gio Profondo EDT, the new one? Is it worth buying? I think so. If you don't have a fragrance like it, yes. But if you have a marine aquatic, no. It's no point in getting it. Year-round day fragrance, night fragrance, Chypre. A Chypre. Year-round Chypre? I don't even know if that... I think that's an oxymoron, actually. They say Percival is basically Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. Nah. Is Imagination any good? Yes, it's very good. I was rocking some Abercrombie and PacSun scents in high school. I see. What do you think of Paul Sebastian? Haven't worn it. Comments on Dior Fahrenheit. I prefer the Le Parfum. Fun fact, my dad wore Fahrenheit EDT his entire life. His entire life. I just went over to his house last week to check on his mail and stuff. He still has a brand new bottle of Fahrenheit. He wears it every day. Do you have... no, I don't have that fragrance, Emmanuel. Is Paco Rabanne 1 million better than Ultramall in your opinion? Yes, I do think so. I do think so. 1 million Royal, 1 million Elixir, 1 million Parfum. Any of them are better than Ultramall to me. Unless you're a young guy. If you're like 16 or less, I would go Ultramall instead of 1 million, because I think 1 million you're not ready for. I want to know what smells men love. I mean, on a woman, I find that most women, the common women, not the women trying to be different or the unique women or the women who are against the grain in terms of the general flock of women, most women gravitate towards, how do I say this? Vanillic musky scents or florals. And then in between that, you have what I call Bath and Body Works, which is basically different variations of florals and citruses. So what do men like to smell on women? Men want a woman that smells sweet Men want a woman that smells floral. Anything angelic, really. Men don't like women that smell like a lot of anything. Like, if you have a good scent, it shouldn't be heavy. There are some boss-like independent chicks that no matter what scent they pick, they wear their scents very heavy. I can't really speak for men. I can only speak for me as a man. But I tried to. All right, guys, I'm going to fly down to the bottom, and then I'm going to get my butt out of here. Fahrenheit EDT smells like gasoline, but the Le Parfum smells quite different. Guys, I want to appreciate all you guys for jumping in here. We did get to the bottom. Great content. Keep it up. Thank you, Johan. Appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, hey, here's the thing. Some people care what people think. Some people don't care what people think. And people wear fragrances for a million different reasons, most of which aren't self-expression and more trying to be something to their environment or their place or get feedback. So any reason you choose to wear fragrance, do it. No one cares. Absolutely, Blue. Anytime. One cologne that everybody loves. Doesn't matter. Insignificant to me. I know you rate Mephisto highly, but others say it's close to Silver Mountain Water. No. No question. No. I have Silver Mountain Water. They're not the same. Silver Mountain Water is tea, metallics, citrus, and black currant. Mephisto is blue Kool-Aid, ice, and mint. They aren't close. Sauvage EDP in 2025? Sure, why not? It's one of the highest sold designer fragrances of all time. It's timeless. Anytime, Dashi. Anytime. It doesn't matter which Mephisto you get. I have the OG. A lot of people in FragCom try to point people to get the Gentilly Uomo version because they say it's smoother. I've smelled both. Honestly, get the cheapest one you can find. Either Gentilly Uomo or Mephisto. They both smell amazing. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. I want you guys to have a wonderful night, an amazing Saturday. I want to tell you guys that we're about to hit 3K. Hopefully when I sign off of this live, we hit our 3K goal. If not, we'll hit it tomorrow, and we will give away a buttload of fragrances, niche and designer. I really appreciate you guys for jumping in the lives. I only go in the lives to ask questions. If you're new to the channel, I post 2 to 4 videos every single day. Clone dupe inspired, designer, niche, and independent niche. I interview perfumers. I do game shows. I make a community. I have a podcast. I give you guys free stuff. We do giveaways every 1,000 subs. And this is one of the fastest growing channels in the space. I really appreciate you guys. Care about you guys. Try to bring you guys maximum value. And hope you guys stick around. If you're new to the channel, give me a follow. Give it a week. See if you enjoy it. If not, unsub. It's that easy. Love you guys. Hope your Saturday is incredible. Hope you got some value out of the live tonight. If I didn't answer a question that you asked earlier, put it in the comments section. I will follow up with you. And if you missed any of the content, rewind back. You have a free rewind button. And I leave all of my lives up for y'all's convenience. Enjoy, man. Have a wonderful night. Love y'all.